Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with the attack line for Wednesday, May the 8th, 2015. Making this attack line a little early today because I have a gig tonight at around 7 o'clock, but I got a sound check at 5 for a charity fashion show at Santino's on 26 Mile between 27 and 28 in Van Dyke, because I have a fashion show to do, a charity fashion show for the family of Sandra Lope, who got killed in a hit-and-run accident following leaving Santino's one night in December. So I'm doing a fashion show, hence the early start of this attack line. Alright, let's get things started with your Billboard #1s. Well, we have a new #1 album and a new #1 single as well. First off, your new #1 album, Lucky #7, 7th straight #1 debut for Mr. Kenny Chesney with his album Life on a Walk. So he's had like his last, I think 7 albums, but #1. Welcome to the Fishbowl. I don't think it's a 7th consecutive, but I think it's a 7th #1 debut. So congrats to Kenny. And he has to fend off against a fellow country group, Lady Antebellum. Their album Golden came out yesterday, so they'll debut next week. And hopefully it'll be Lady A's 3rd debut #1 in a row, following Need You Now and also Own the Night, debut #1. So it'll be 3 in a row for Lady A, or can you hold them up? Like I said, not only do we have a new #1 album this week on the Billboard Top 200, finally, we have a new #1 single on the Hot 100, kicking off Pink. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis with their second song, Can't Hold Us. With that #1 today, they make Billboard chart history, as they're the first duo in the 50-year history of the Billboard charts to go in at #1 with the first 2 songs, Thrift Shop and now Can't Hold Us. Big achievement. Congratulations to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis for a huge achievement, being the first duo in the history of Billboard to have their first 2 singles coincidentally land at #1. Not debut #1, but go to #1. So they got a new #1 album and new #1 single. Now, speaking of Billboard, other news on the Billboard Awards. Now, Billboard Music Awards, of course, will be held 11 days from today, Sunday, May 19th. Of course, hosted by Tracy Morgan. A lot of performances. Justin Bieber. I think Selena's performing. I'll talk about Selena in a new video in a moment. And also Taylor Swift and Prince. Now, she's not performing, but Billboard announced today that Madonna will be at the Billboard Awards on May 19th to accept the honor of the top touring artist of 2012. Despite controversy, the album not doing well, the MDNA tours the biggest tour of 2012, even outgrossing the World Tour by Roger Waters, and even beating Bruce Springsteen as well. So Madonna will be accepting that top touring artist award at the Billboard Awards in Vegas. Speaking of Vegas, got some news on one of Madonna's really good friends, Britney Spears. We know Britney Spears is a very busy lady these days. She's working on a new album, with will.i.am executive producing it. She's got a new song, Ooh La La, to be on the Smurfs 2 movie. No word on when that's coming out. But after months and months of speculation, Britney Spears is finally shedding light on the long-rumored Las Vegas stint. Now, it's been rumored for months that Britney is planning a Vegas show. And now Britney Spears confirmed in a new magazine, Details magazine, or whatever magazine it is, that she is indeed, yes, bringing her show to Vegas in the fall. Now, they're saying that exact information will be available by the end of the month. I'm hearing Planet Hollywood, and that rehearsals haven't already been going on for the show. And they're saying it's going to take place sometime in the fall. And like I said, by the end of the month, they said that all details will be revealed, including where it is and, of course, the residency about when it is. Like Pacific residency dates. But Britney Spears did say the details that she is doing the Vegas thing and saying that she is really getting in shape. I wonder if she's going to do a lot of songs she hasn't done on stage in a while. That's what's going to be the really good thing about doing this Vegas show. She's going to do songs she hasn't done in a while, like anything pre-Britney, anything Brie in the zone. She focuses more. When I saw the Circus Tour 4 years ago, she focused on more material from In the Zone forward. I think she only did 1 song from the Britney album, I'm a Slave for You, and only 1 song from the Baby album, maybe one more time. She didn't do anything from Oops. So maybe she do like songs like Oops, I Did It Again, and maybe rearrange them a la Madonna. So there you go. Britney Spears finally going to be confirming she's in Vegas. Exact residency details to be revealed by the end of the month. Now, our news on a band that probably is going to be more expensive than Britney in Vegas, and they're all going to be in Vegas. The greediest, rotten bastards I know, the Rolling Stones. Now, as I mentioned on Monday's Atakline, the Rolling Stones kicked off the tour in Los Angeles over the weekend, amid controversy concerning ticket sales being too low because of their ridiculous pricing. Rolling Stones publicist denies those rumors, trying to go into full damage control, saying that ticket sales are doing fine. You know, we didn't cut ticket prices to make it sell out, blah, 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 blah. They also added a new city, Washington, D.C. And the Rolling Stones are on the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine this week. I'm a subscriber, so I got it early. So there you go, Rolling Stones deny bad ticket sales. They had a new show in Washington, D.C. I think it's in June, which is, as of right now, the final show of the American leg of this tour.
Opening up my pictures?
I did.
Oh, I already had anyway, isn't it?
Okay. Anyway, on with news on George Jones. Of course, last week was the funeral of George Jones. Now, George Jones, at the time of his untimely death on Friday, it was April the 26th. George was in the middle of his farewell tour. He was going to quit touring. And he had a lot of dates planned, including a big show set in November at the Bridgestone Arena with a lot of guest stars. There's many questions about what they were going to do about that show. Were they going to cancel it altogether? Or were they going to do what they are going to do? Make it a tribute concert. Yes, revealed the November 16th show at the Bridgestone Arena will now be a tribute to George Jones. Now, most of the artists that have already signed up for it, Kid Rock, Travis Tritt, among many others, most of the people that were already going to be there are going to be signing up to do this tribute show. There's yet to be confirmation from the rest of the artists, and maybe more to come. So there you go, George Jones tribute now on November 16th to honor the supposed farewell concert of George Jones. Before his untimely death, of course. Now, I mentioned when I mentioned the Billboard Awards and Madonna getting an award that Selena Gomez is performing, and I think she is performing, and she released a new video last night. Come and Get It. The first single off a yet-to-be-titled new album. She premiered on MTV last night. Now, it's probably a very adult video. A little bit suggestive. You know, I don't think it was too... But she was wearing some sexy outfits in the video. I'm not the biggest fan of the song, but as I said on here before, on my previous Atakline about a month ago when the song first came out, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the song, but I like the video. The video's okay, kind of sexy. Maybe too sexy for my shows. It's too sexy for my show for involving kids. But I like it nonetheless. So there you go. Selena Gomez's new video, Come and Get It, premiered last night. Now, on with news on TNA Impact. Now, Impact Wrestling said today that Impact Wrestling will go back to being on at 9 o'clock on Thursdays, starting May 30th. So that means we have 3 more weeks of Impact being on at 8. I wonder what triggered that 8 o'clock start time. That to move to 8 o'clock, to move back to 9 o'clock again from 8 o'clock. Rumors are saying it's something to do with The Rock's new show, The Hero, being on at 8 o'clock on Thursday. I say it's because it's summer. You know, kids can stay up later. But they moved to 8 around the same time last year. So it's kind of weird they're back on at 9 again. So I wonder why they're moving back to 9. No specific reason. So there you go. Impact Wrestling moving back to its old slot of 9 o'clock Thursdays starting May 30th. Now with news on football, specifically Sunday Night Football on NBC. Now, a few weeks ago, I kind of reported it, that Faith Hill quit being the singer of the NBC Sunday Night Football theme song, Waited All Week for Sunday Night. And as of right until last night, we had no word on who was going to replace Faith Hill singing the title song of that football show this fall. Well, they're keeping it country. Who better to replace Faith Hill who was in the 90s one of the most powerful, one of the most recognized and most gifted voices in all of country music, then the current most gifted voice in all of music. In all of country music, that is. And the woman who beat Faith Hill back in 06 in an award show, they gave that infamous shocked reaction from Faith Hill, Carrie Underwood. Yes, Carrie Underwood will be singing the Sunday Night Football song this fall. And that is kind of cool that Fred Claudelli, the producer of the show, when he found out Faith was living, Carrie Underwood was the only performer he pursued. She was originally set to do the shows to begin with. She was the original first choice for the Sunday Night Football when it first began. Pink did it at first, then Faith Hill came on. Carrie Underwood released a statement during a conference call. For me, it just always seemed like something that would be fun to do. Doing the title song for a football show. Despite the fact she's married to a hockey player. Isn't it weird that Faith, it didn't even hit me till just now. Carrie Underwood singing a football theme song, yet she's married to a hockey player, Mike Fisher of the Nashville Predators. Anywho, she said to watch Faith do it week after week, to see the hype for the game, it's something that's so cool. Underwood plans to adapt the intro to her style, the lyrics remaining the same, and of course in the title sequence, NFL players will once again appear in the video sequence. The first Saturday night game for the fall will be September 8th. New York Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be the debut of Carrie Underwood as the new singer of the Sunday Night Football theme on NBC. Now, keeping with TV, I want to talk about a show that's on a channel like NBC, but replace the N in NBC, replace it with an A. What do you get? ABC. Modern Family Preview. Of course, the first of the last couple episodes. Last week's episode, they came back last week after a few weeks off. It was a good episode last week with the whole situation about, it was kind of a good episode with the Tooth Fairy segment with Lily and getting $100 for mistake and not wanting to ruin the illusion of the Tooth Fairy. And having Haley dressed up like the Tooth Fairy, Cam and Mitch did. And Jay trying to pursue being a whiner. And Manny got all the credit. Well, Manny helped him out, but Jay got all the credit. But anywho, it was a good episode also. Claire getting a deal from Philip and then leaving because he's an ego, like we all know. So it's kind of a funny episode last week. Great way to get back from Modern. I may or may not see Modern because of this gig tonight. So there you go. Modern Fate tonight at 9 on ABC. That is it for the Atakline for today. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you all been attacked. Better news from Zach. Thank you very much again. Speaking of hockey, go Wings tonight! Go Red Wings in the playoffs against the Ducks. See you later. Yeah.